It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on S3 on this fantastic Tuesday. Now, I love the segment that we are talking about right now. I mean, the question is, are you trying to eat healthier but finding it rather difficult to get the whole family on board? It's fine to do it just by yourself, but if you've got a family, I mean, this takes some extra prep, and you're not alone. Let me tell you that. From stress and busy work schedules to budget, many obstacles can get in the way of healthier habits. Now, while it can feel overwhelming, registered dietitian Tessa Hiller joins us this morning to chat about incorporating careful planning to get your family on the same page. Tessa, I love this. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
It's so good to have you because, I mean, healthier eating, this is a goal for families out there.
Definitely.
It is difficult, like I said, because our lives are so full. And then I'm going to touch on the fact that social media plays a big role as well. And it can either be very beneficial or it can be detrimental in terms of, a long-term sustainability kind of issue. So why would you say is it important to be realistic when it comes to looking at eating healthier for the family?
Yeah, no, like you mentioned, we've lived in such busy lives, and unfortunately, social media, I always kind of find there's a catch-22. It always looks so beautiful and perfect, and and we then kind of get pressured to feel like our diet should look exactly like that, right?
Yeah.
So I always kind of mention to anyone, just take the pressure off. Just kind of do what you can. Be realistic. Make small changes. Make sure that the whole family's happy with the changes you're making, because then you kind of have more of a kind of support system in that sense too. And that makes it more realistic, because I think if you're doing it little by little, then that allows for you to do it more kind of sustainable in the long run.
And to grow on it as well.
Exactly.
The more knowledge that you get. And I think in general, people have a basic understanding or idea in terms of healthier ingredients and healthier eating, but it really comes with those time pressures. But with regards to the relationship to food, and this is where it becomes tricky, because a lot of people will, from the get-go, will go like, this is bad, or this is off limits. Why should we not do that?
Yeah, the whole over-restriction, right? I think we need to kind of move away from that, because we tend to then, I don't know about you, but if you tell someone that you're not allowed to have it, you get almost obsessed about it. Yeah. Causes like a lot of stress, and then you kind of end up over-indulging on it later, and then you kind of feel guilty about it. Really want to avoid that kind of association with food. So, and we know that that there are some foods that are more nutritious than others. But I think rather than labeling something, maybe using different language around it. So examples are like using the words always and sometimes. So saying fruits and vegetables should always be included in your meal, hopefully every day. And
chocolate shouldn't be off limits.
Exactly. Oh, no, but you don't want to use the word off limits.
But that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't say.
Exactly. So then you can say, birthday cake or chocolate or sweets can sometimes be enjoyed at a special occasion. So you're kind of just using different vocab.
Absolutely, and it's almost like that kind of same way when you approach it, positive thinking, that kind of thing. And I've seen this throughout my food journey as well with regards to training and when I did boxing and did the whole weight cuts. The minute you exclude a specific food type out of your diet, you set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you want it more.
You actually want it more. This is very difficult. But we are speaking about healthier food prep for family.
Yes.
And I want to ask you, how do we approach this as a family? How can the whole family pitch in with health ingredients? I mean, we have Farmer Brown's crumb chicken range here. We spoke about the fact that it carries a heart and stroke label as well, which is fantastic. So much has gone into carrying that marker verification as well. So taking a product like this in mind and getting the family to get involved in meal prep, what would you say? What's the advice?
I think everybody must get involved and kind of, have different roles. You actually have to think about the whole process as a stepwise process. So from finding the recipes, making the shopping list, doing the shopping itself, getting the kids on board with prepping the food, and then actually obviously cooking together. I think kind of make it a family affair. Spend that hour or two on a Sunday when it's normally family time, and then kind of just use it for the week, because you'll save yourself so much time and stress during the week if you just kind of can allocate that extra hour with your family.
It's one of the most difficult questions I find, answering with my wife when I'm busy on my way home. It's like, okay, so what are we eating
Yeah,
tonight?
exactly.
Like, I don't know. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
To streamline the process, because like you rightly said, it just comes with a little bit of planning, and I'm sure the more you do it, you will get into that rhythm. So what's the starting point? How do we streamline the process of meal prepping? Because it's something that I do on a daily, because I am out, I am away from home, but I don't want to snack on things that's not healthy.
Yeah.
How do we go about that, specifically taking into account the rest of the family as well?
Yes, I think prioritize. So, sit down with the family, say, listen, we need to spend an hour or two, let's sit down together, discuss the meals. and just kind of plan that, kind of see it as family time on a Sunday. Keep it simple. We all have very busy days. Don't go and try a new recipe. Maybe kind of recycle family favorites. A personal favorite of mine is double batch cooking your favorite meal and then freezing half of it straight away, even into smaller containers. Just don't forget to date it and mention what it is, and perhaps like the heating instructions. So if you have somebody else who needs to take it out before load shedding hits, they know exactly what to do. So it's little things like that. And if you've got like an air fryer or a slow cooker or a pressure cooker, that's super ideal because you can obviously cook like your whole grains very quickly or batch cook like a big thing of vegetables as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, there's a whole wealth of information out there in terms of what you can do and how to go about that meal prep. But again, meal prep is super important. So thank you very much for joining us to just give us a little bit of gems of information this morning. But now it is time to win big this week with Farmer Brown's Nourish range. Now, you stand a chance to win a Samsung bespoke microwave worth 3,000 Rand. So all you need to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us what's your favorite Farmer Brown Nourish crumbed chicken flavor and why. Now, don't forget to hashtag Farmer Brown in your answer. And remember, the competition closes on Monday, the 1st of May at midnight. And T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Farmer Brown's Nourish Crumb Chicken Breast, proudly made with the healthiest ingredients to fuel your body with wholesome goodness. They taste so good because they eat so good.